Namaskara. Welcome to Lokadarshan Dialogues, where interesting people, powerful ideas, and meaningful conversations come together. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. Today we have Dr. Aarati Bhandare, the founder of Amulya Boon Foundation. She is a hardcore environmental enthusiast and a sustainability activist. She has gained many titles like Madam Mermaid, Jal Pari, Paniwali Bai,
Kachrawali also.
Paniwali Bai. So we are very excited to speak to her today, and we're looking forward to speaking to Dr. Aarati Bhandare.
Thank you for having me.
It's a privilege, ma'am. Thank you. So let's begin without further ado. 10 questions with Dr. Aarati Bhandare. So, ma'am, I would firstly like to ask you, your journey started as a dentist. So, how did your journey shift from being a dentist to sustainability?
I'm glad you said sustainability and not activist. Activist is a very negative term, I feel. Activism mostly is perceived as carrying placards and rebelling on the road. So, I think the seed of sustainable living or minimalism started with our previous generation. If you think of it, they were all very sustainable people. They reused a lot, they repaired a lot, they saved water. I mean, without any Instagram influencer having to tell them to do anything, they automatically did it. So I think that is where the seed sprouted. But again, because of the influence of what other people do, other people also are greedy about having a lot of things, that I think got influenced. And then maybe when 2015, the drought hit the entire nation. We saw Latur express train, water train going to Latur, and we don't need to go so far. I saw my colony people, workers in the colony asking me for water. There was so much of a problem. And I realized nobody is doing anything about it. When one of our tooth gets carious, or there is some, I'm a dentist, so I'm using these words, the cavity, or we have to do a root canal. We are so quick in taking appointments, and we discuss upon the cap should be silver color, white color, but no one discusses about the basic water resource. We say roti kapda makan, it should be pani roti kapda makan, I think, and nobody was discussing about that. And then when I saw there were so many dentists around who were ready to take care of our teeth, I did not see a single person talking about water conservation. I am a big time introvert. If you tell me to go and walk on the stage and talk something, I never did it for 30 years. But in 2015, I think God pushed me and He said, somebody has to do it. So that's why I got into, people calling it activism. It's not activism. It's just pure love for nature. Like you would love your child, your baby, just like that. And because of that, I think I got into this field where I wanted to just tell people. I didn't want to tell them ki aise hi karo, waise hi karo. No, I didn't want to be authoritative, because people don't take that very well. I wanted to just make them aware. And that's how it started. I had no plans of registering into a company or an NGO, nothing. I just thought, let me start working. And after 11 years, this is where I am.
That's great.
Nothing planned. Just genuine efforts, and thank God planned whatever He had to.
Those are your ideas that sprouted and then they bloomed. It's a great work that you're doing. I mean, it takes a lot to come out there and talk about these issues.
Yes.
Because a lot of us are like, we armchair feminism or environmentalism.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, keyboard warriors. So we don't come out and talk about it and fight for it. So it's really great. So that brings me to the next question. What do you think, in your observation, youth are more receptive about such environmental issues, or the adults are more, or the senior citizens are more receptive about environment?
Everybody should be equally receptive. The only difference is that, and let me be very blunt here, when I used to go to these elite bungalows near Bhagyanagar, and when they used to waste water by using a hose pipe to wash their BMWs, and when I requested one of the families that, bucket method would be an easier method or water conservative method to wash your car, he told me that तुझ्या बापाचं काय जात आहे, मतलब तुम्हारे बाप का क्या जाता है. Okay, so I felt that everyone is entitled. The difference between me going to schools is that I think young minds are not as absorbed with so much knowledge and data. So that was the correct time that I could change their thinking or influence their thinking. And another thing used to happen is I used to take eco gifts and go, and these eco gifts I did not purchase from any mall. I used to get it done from self-help groups, bags stitched, or even your carry bags, your school bags, backpacks, which were made from discarded fabric. Okay, and I searched for these people throughout India. I found many beautiful women doing this business. I purchased from them, and because I was going to give gift to the children, they used to listen to me. And also because if all schools make it a norm or mandatory, the children will really keep quiet and listen.
So that you spoke about something about gifting, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, like, a lot of us are confused when it comes to choosing sustainable options.
Yes.
And even if you want to, we don't know where to go,
yes.
how to access them.
Yes.
So what are your some simple tips that people can actually implement?
Sustainability doesn't start at the malls. It doesn't start in D-Mart. It starts here.
Yeah.
You don't have to really buy anything. Now, I'll give you a very good example. People say ki you have money, so you can spend on sustainable things, and sustainable things are expensive, so you cannot tell others to buy it. Okay? Those are the people who have an iPhone, who lecture me. So, sustainable products are expensive. The reason why it is expensive, you can ask ChatGPT. Or you can watch my reels, why sustainable things are expensive. Okay, a person who is a daily wage worker, who is very difficulty, having earning in a very difficult way. Maybe he is not able to make both ends meet or eat good food. I can't tell him to be sustainable. He's just trying to go through life, But I can definitely tell those people who earn, who have big cars, big houses, I can definitely tell them. Carry your own water bottle. Now in my car, I have water bottle. I might forget to take my phone and keys and credit card or wallet. I don't have my wallet right now. But you will find a bag and you will find a water bottle in the dicky or in the car. Wherever I go, I take it. In fact, I also take a steel dabba with me because aate hue kuch I like something and I have to take it parcel. I have it in my dabba. See, many people laugh. They make fun. They make fun of me even now. Despite me, I was honored by ISRO just last month. I got an opportunity to speak there. Despite that, people laugh at me. But I really don't care about what people think. And this current meme which is going on, that the World War III is happening, people are polluting the world, and here you are telling people to carry your own bag. I would like to answer this question. Sustainability I practice for myself, just like how I pray to God. Yeah. Now, in front of God, I tell every day, do this, do that, do this. He doesn't answer my prayers every day. But the next day, again, I'm sitting in front of Him and praying. So, sustainable practicing is because it is a good habit, not because someone else is doing it or not. And that's the difference between activism and love for nature.
So, that brings me to the next question. What about if you get a chance to speak to any policymakers and government, officers? So what would you demand? What would be your demand over there?
My son jokingly tells me, I tell him that suppose because of my popularity I become the mayor, or if I become, he'll say, pehle din hi tumko nikal denge because you're so blunt. And he taught me a lot of things. You cannot really demand anything. You can either request or you can advise them. First thing I will say is education department has to make a subject called as sustainable living or earthlings or planet love, whatever it is, compulsory subject in schools. So you will not have a choice, select this as a subject or not. It has to be compulsory. So what happens, why I'm saying this is because most schools have eco clubs. All that they do in eco clubs is bring a water bottle, plastic wala, they cut it and they make a planter. And next day the plant is missing, the bottle is missing. That's not eco activity. Basic identification of plants, put your hand in soil, types of plastic, why should plastic be completely avoided? This should be taught in those eco clubs or these groups, and it is not difficult. Okay. Second is, if I meet a government person, I would like to tell him that NGOs need funds. Yeah. We cannot work without funds. I have pushed too long. I have taken loans. I have redeemed my mutual funds. I've sold my jewelry, part of it, to do these activities. But someday they will get exhausted. So I think the corporates get jitna unko they get funding or monetary help or support, NGOs also should get. Please do a scrutiny, please do audits and check whether we are good, and if we are good, help us do that. So on 5th of June, World Environment Day, all that the schools do is plant one tree, and you have 100 people touching that pot and planting. That is not sustainability, is what I feel. Sustainability should be taken really very seriously. Those people who litter on the road should be fined so badly that they will dread to litter on the road. See, whether a man is poor or rich doesn't have to do anything with his mannerisms. It is common sense that you eat that supari and throw it on the road. It is common sense you're not supposed to throw it on the road. So in that area, our government should be really strict. You know, my friends had gone to Singapore, the fine country, they say. When they came back, they said, wow, Singapore is so beautiful. I don't want to live in India anymore. It is so clean there, there. So I asked them, do you segregate waste at home? Who will touch that waste? So this should be made compulsory. You know, and especially those people who have money and big houses, entitled people, those who have big businesses, in their houses, this should be made compulsory.
That's true. It's a very good, important issues like which we see every day.
Yes.
Like waste segregation.
Yes.
And people repeatedly throw waste dump in open areas, which we see everywhere.
Yes.
So that's a common issue that we are all facing.
Biggest issue.
Yeah. And I would like to bring your focus on the COVID time when you worked for the water conservation, Prayas 2021.
Yes.
So would you like to tell us about it?
Luckily, our Prime Minister at that time gave us permission for all NGOs to work for the betterment of people during COVID. So we were really very happy. Even before that assurance came from the government, I had decided whether my organization works for waste management or not. I will do whatever it takes to, So that was the time when we had prematurely, I had taken FDs, my FDs prematurely broken, and my husband said, don't go all out in that emotions. I said, right now, whatever I can do for my people, I will do it. People put nationalist, patriotic on their bios on Instagram. When you really have to do something, you don't do it. I don't put any tags like that. But when I realized, yes, this is the time to do it, do it. I was very proud of myself to pull this off with a group of 15 people. We gave food, okay? And how we gave food is, I'm the real influencer in that context, because I influenced people into believing that if it's your birthday or any special day, instead of throwing a party, because now you cannot throw a party, you can make food and we will deliver it to the patients' relatives in the hospitals who were not getting food. Restaurants were closed, everything. We hired a man who had polio. We got him a license to travel. We paid him for delivery. So that way he made his arrangement also. And every day, 100 packets of food we gave to outside civil hospital. There used to be a cart. All the relatives, all the poor people, whoever could eat. And the food is to be tasted by me first. Only if it was not taste ke liye, if it is safe, we used to send the food. Every day we did it for 3 months. Okay. My husband did tell me that your CA may ask you, I said it is my money which I am spending, not through the foundation. I will do it. Uske baad oxygen cylinders, medicines for firstborns, newborn babies, and for pregnant women. We gave them that kit which usually a mother gives her daughter: coconut oil, dry fruits. I don't know if you know undi, hali undi. Dinka chaladu is like everything we packed and we gave it in the bag. Now the bag also came from where? People used to discard their curtains, old saris and clothes. We sanitized it. I washed it in my own house and we gave it to the tailors. Anyway, everything was closed. We gave it to tailors and we said make bags out of it. So whatever possible, it was like someone is throwing a challenge. If I'm able to do it, I'll do it. We did that for 3 months. And after that, Modi ji, our Prime Minister, said that, in this difficult hours, please do whatever help you can, and we sailed through it. Now the impact of that was, we didn't get any money. In fact, we lost all the money, but we got a lot of blessings from people, which brings me to a very important point that when everything is going good in your life, okay, maybe at that point I thought I spent so much money, people don't even know. So nobody knew that Amulya Bond Foundation was doing it because our photo wasn't there. We did not click any photos while donating. So nobody knew it was us. Our foundation did it. So we named it also Prayas. We didn't call it Amulya Bond Foundation, so that nobody should know. Because I felt that today they are on that side of the table, they are needy. Tomorrow God could also put us there. So we did not take any photos, nothing. So I felt that at that time I felt my friends asked me, इतना करके क्या मिला? कुछ नहीं मिला तुमको. In fact, you lost your money. But we don't realize that when everything is going good in our lives, okay, when people in my house are healthy, when everything is going good, it could be the blessings of the people that we helped, right?
Definitely.
So, yes, so that was the impact, and that made me actually, COVID made me look at life very differently. I realized surrender karo, whatever you have, help, because even I would have COVID, even I would die, you know. And in all that chaos, I didn't suffer from COVID. Despite being on field,
Blessing, I guess.
I have been exposed to hospital patients, everybody, sabko hua tha. In my family, people had COVID in the different house they stayed, but I didn't even sneeze once.
Okay.
So
The Mother Nature literally protected you. So I would like to know more about Amulya Bond Foundation. Like, what would you like to tell people? What are the other new
projects which I am
you're
doing
working?
it. See, my main motto has always been awareness, because you can buy things for people, make them use it, but it's very difficult and it is a need of the hour to change somebody's way of thinking. So I wanted through my NGO change people by way of greeds and desire should be reduced. There's something called as Earth Overshoot Day. Do you know what it is?
No.
Yes. Earth Overshoot Day is a day in that year where the earth has finished all her natural resources. So every year it is to come towards November or December. Last year it came on July 4th. This year it's coming even earlier. That means you have exploited nature beyond her potential.
Okay.
So that should be scary enough for us to realize that we should stop. Okay. The problem is not waste. Waste can be managed. Compost can be prepared, Jivamrut can be made, everything. The problem is only certain group of people, say NGOs like mine or the poor people are asked to sacrifice, while those people who are rich, who have resources, who have money, who are educated are not understanding this. Again, I'm repeating that point and it may hurt many people, for which I'm extremely sorry, but this is a real point. Money doesn't give you the permission to exploit resources.
Yeah.
Value for money is a different thing, value for resources is a different thing. Now you may say, I got water for you, 20 rupees Bisleri bottle. You're telling me the price of that. But what is the value of that water? Suppose if I faint here, your iPhone is not going to help me. None of the apps, ChatGPT is not going to help me. Water is going to save me. So that is the value for resources. We have forgotten the price and value, and we just feel we have money, we can buy. This is the point I'm trying to tell people through my NGO. Basic things I tell them. Try to put your hand in your own waste. Then you will know how others feel. Safai Karmachari. People call me Kachra Wali. You know, I am a Kachra Wali because I make kachra in my own house. Someone else coming from outside cleans our kachra. How can he be called a kachra wala or kasadavaru? He's a safai karmachari. So you do all the good things and the dirt should be cleaned by outsiders. No, start composting your waste, and it is so easy. It is easier than tables of two. You know, I had people who used to say, I don't want to touch, and now they're so addicted to composting, they have left all other things and they only do composting. They have become masters in composting. Segregating your waste into different types, not throwing broken glass. Do we even need to be told these things? That don't put a blood-laden sanitary pad inside the same dustbin. Do we need to be told? When human beings are the most
Evolved, they say.
Smartest and evolved. This is evolution. I think a dog is smarter. A dog knows how to, you know. So this is what I'm trying to do through my NGO. Also, this year we started newly. This is again the blessings from the COVID times. 3 toilet constructions we have done in very old and very under-resourced schools who did not have a washroom. So we did that. Then I also identified schools where the pass percentage of 10th was very good. And the students came from extremely poor background. They did not have chappals also to wear sometimes. They used to come walking from different villages, and they scored like 97%, 98%. Imagine, vernacular medium. So we gave them smart TVs, so they could study from it. We gave projectors. Also, we gave water filters in many schools. It seems the children did not have water to drink. And owing to all these diseases, waterborne diseases, we have installed water filters, and that's continuously going on. I want the basic resources to be sorted first, and then you can come up with your desires. And I think every person should live like that.
That's true. That's very insightful. And that brings me to question about consumerism.
Yes.
So we all are so obsessed with things and hoarding things.
Yes.
So how to differentiate what is important, the need and the want?
Yes.
And how to not fall into, hoarding a lot of things?
Okay, so I'll give you a very personal story here, and I'm sure that people will relate to it. My mother-in-law, I call her mummy, in 2016 she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Okay, I'm so glad that she came out in the open to create awareness about the same topic. I was in the hospital with her. She underwent a mastectomy surgery where her breast was removed, and she was fine. Now she's cancer free, and she was in the OT recovery room after she came out, and she was still under the effect of anesthesia. Okay, and she was telling in Kannada. She didn't know that she was speaking. I was just beside her. When you're recovering from anesthesia, so she's talking. She's one person who has everything. Her kids, her grandkids, a house, happy family, sab kuch, she has everything. She's a very satisfied woman. But she was telling ki, Devare, nange beda, just give me my health back. I don't want anything else. I just want my health back. Okay? That was the time I realized we have everything in the world, but we don't have good health. And when I say health, I'm talking about physical as well as mental health. When we don't have it, even your 5 lakhs Prada bag is not going to come to your rescue. And I started my work in 2015. 2016, this happened. It made my core belief much stronger that we are hoarding. Suppose suddenly I get a cardiac arrest or a heart attack, and if I die, who's going to use the things? Okay, most of the times we look at others. Acha, she has an iPhone 17, I also need to have an iPhone. That false, ego or pride attached to materials. And when she said that, I realized, yes, even I have been doing the same thing. So on Sankranti, black sari, on Navratri, 9 days, 9 colors, even I used to do that. She has a Samsung phone, I also want a phone. So maybe I also got addicted into that whirlpool. But when I saw my mother-in-law in that condition, when she said, I don't want anything, that means she's gone to a stage where she believes that other than health, nothing else is important. That's when I realized that jo prapt hai, wahi paryapt hai. What you need, what you have is already enough. Most of us are already aware of the things we need for ourselves to live a good life. Now the definition of whether you want a good life or luxurious life, that's where everything changes. Most of the times you can also live a luxurious life, but when it goes to comparing what others have and what you have, that's where the glitch happens. I am also guilty of living a very luxurious life pre-2020. And even now, most people have this prejudice about me that you live in a big house and it's very easy for you to tell people to live so yes, part of it is true. I live in a big house, but I don't have that mentality of people living in big houses. I compost my waste, I segregate into 7 different types. I spend my money in sending my plastic waste washed and dried to recycling centers in Pune and Mumbai, including electronic waste. Also, I don't allow people burning leaves. I collect it, I make leaf mold. I get cow dung from real pure desi breed cows. I make natural fertilizers. I have over 500 plants in my house, which I take care of myself. No pesticides, no nothing. We have rainwater harvesting in our house, because of which I think the groundwater of that entire lane has increased. So even if the colony doesn't get water in April and May, till now in these 6 years we have never had, touch wood, even a problem with a drop of water, but we still conserve waste. We use grey water from the washing machine. I make my own bioenzymes using antolkai, soap nuts, shikekai. I use all that. Basically, to compensate for the waste of resources I have done with my big house, and that was not my choice. I live with a joint family, so I cannot have my say all the time. But then to compensate that, I do all these smaller things.
So thank you so much, Dr. Aarati, for making time and coming here and giving us such good insights about sustainability and living a very good lifestyle, leading a good lifestyle, and being more aware about our surroundings.
Yes.
So I hope that viewers will understand that we have to work together.
Yes.
And we have to protect our mother nature.
Yes.
So thank you so much for
Thank you for having me over.
Thank you.